Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. You're watching HumSub.TV and I am Muneeb Hamid with the English news. Air Marshal Mujahid Anwar Khan took over command of the Pakistan Air Force from Air Chief Marshal Sohail Aman at a ceremony held at the Air Headquarters, Islamabad. Air Chief Marshal Sohail Aman was welcomed by Mujahid Anwar in the ceremony. He inspected the Guard of Honor presented to him by a smartly turned out contingent of PAF and GF-17 Thunder. During the ceremony, the outgoing Air Chief handed over the command sword to Air Marshal Mujahid Anwar and also decorated him with the rank of Air Chief Marshal. Speaking at the ceremony, Air Chief Marshal Sohail Aman said, "It is an honor for me to serve in Pakistan Air Force. In recent years, the defense of the country has strengthened. PAF have always played a pivotal role in war against terrorism and protecting the country. PAF is being equipped in accordance with modern technology." According to the PAF spokesperson, Mujahid Anwar Khan got commissioned in the force in December 1983 and is recipient of coveted Sword of Honor, Best Pilot Trophy and Chairman Joint Chief of Staff Committee Gold Medal from PAF Academy Asghar Khan. During his service, he has held various command and staff positions. He has flown various training and fighter aircrafts including F-16, F-6, F-T-5, T-37 and MFI-17. In recognition of his meritorious services, he was also awarded Hilal-e-Imtiyaz, Sitara-e-Imtiyaz and Tamgha-e-Imtiyaz military. Supreme Court will find out who is facilitating Rao Anwar abscond, Chief Justice. Supreme Court said on Monday that absconding police officer Rao Anwar still has a chance to surrender himself and become part of the investigation into the alleged extrajudicial killing of Naqibullah Masood. Chief Justice Mian Saqib Nisar, who was heading a three-member bench hearing the suo motu case of Masood's murder at the Islamabad Registry, said the court will make efforts to find out who has been facilitating Anwar remain in hiding. The facilitators of Rao Anwar will have to answer before the Supreme Court, the CJP said, adding that Anwar will be safe if he appears before the court, but he will not get protection anywhere else. State Bank of Pakistan Governor Tariq Bajwa informed the bench that Anwar, the former SSP Malir, possessed two bank accounts, both of which have been frozen. Supreme Court has stopped government representatives from holding speeches in Islamabad hospitals. During the hearing of a case regarding facilities in the medical centers, Chief Justice of Pakistan Mian Saqib Nisar remarked that Federal Capital's biggest hospital lacks its chairman. Neat and clean chairman of PIMS Hospital is required, he stated. He further said that the current government has left with only 2 months, after which general elections will be held. The speeches matter will be handled by the new government, he ordered. Chief Justice of Pakistan Saqib Nisar has taken suo motu notice of embezzlement in 2005 quake funds. Chief Justice of Pakistan Saqib Nisar has taken suo motu notice of alleged embezzlement in over $5 billion financial assistance extended by the international community for rehabilitation of the survivors of the devastating earthquake of 2005. The Apex Court has fixed March 26th for taking up an application moved by Shiraz Mahmood Qureshi, a social activist from Mansehra, who has accused politicians and officials of embezzling the quake funds. The Supreme Court has directed respondents, including the Attorney General, KP Advocate General, Director General Earthquake Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Authority, Islamabad, and the applicant Mr. Qureshi to ensure their presence in the court on the date fixed for the hearing. Pakistan TehreekEInsaf leader Babar Awan has decided to contest elections from NA 153 constituency. Talking to media, he criticized advisor to Prime Minister on Financial Affairs Miftah Ismail for selling PIA and giving away steel mills for free. Steel mills and PIA are worth billions of rupees. We will not allow selling them in Landa Bazaar, he said. Pakistani nation has seen inflation, unemployment and murder of people on last 10 years. PTI and Imran Khan should be given a chance to break the status quo, maintained Babar Awan. The PTI leader said that Defence Minister gave statements that there is nothing right in the Defence Department. The minister should explain his statement. Was the words were uttered on the agenda of Modi, he asked. Donald Trump warned by Republicans over Mueller's Russia inquiry. U.S. President Donald Trump has been warned by fellow Republicans against interfering in Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigations. It came after he attacked Mr. Mueller's inquiry into Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. In tweets at the weekend, Mr. Trump reiterated that there had been no collusion between his team and Russia and called the probe a witch hunt. He added that it was dominated by hardened Democrats. Mr. Mueller, a highly regarded former head of the FBI, is a Republican. Vladimir Putin won Russia's presidential election with almost 74% of the vote, according to an official exit poll. Vladimir Putin won Russia's presidential election on Sunday with almost 74% of the vote, according to an official exit poll, with the opposition reporting ballot stuffing and other cases of alleged fraud. Putin, who has ruled Russia for almost 2 decades, stood against 7 other candidates, but his most vocal critic, Alexei Navalny, was barred from the ballot for legal reasons, and the final outcome was never in doubt. The Kremlin was hoping for higher voter numbers to give a greater legitimacy to Putin's historic 4th term as Russia faces increasing isolation on the world stage over a spy poisoning in Britain and a fresh round of US sanctions. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad visited troops on Ghouta's front line. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad visited troops on Sunday on the front line in the newly captured areas of eastern Ghouta, near the capital Damascus, hailing their recent advances as a part of a larger battle against global terrorism. "We are proud of you," he said. He told the soldiers that they are not only fighting for the region but also to rid the world of terrorism. "With every bullet you fire at a terrorist, you chance the balance in the world," Assad said. Syria's government views all its opposition as terrorists. Assad's visit comes on the week the war enters its 8th year, a war that has devastated large parts of Syria and displaced nearly half of the population. What started as a peaceful protest against his family's long rule turned into a civil war after a heavy crackdown. The government fought the opposition for years using its air force and artillery and solicited help from its Russian and Iranian allies, who threw their weight behind Assad. Recapturing eastern Ghouta, a short drive away from the Syrian capital, would mark the biggest victory yet for President Bashar al-Assad in the country's civil war. The area has been under rebel control since 2012. It would also be the worst setback of rebels since the opposition was ousted from eastern Aleppo in late 2016 after a similar siege and bombing campaign. Suu Kyi has sought neighbours' help to resolve crisis, says Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull. Myanmar leader Aung San Suu Kyi spoke at length about her country's troubled western state of Rakhine at a Sydney conference on Sunday and appealed to the Southeast Asian neighbours for help, Australian Prime Minister said. "We discussed the situation in Rakhine State at a considerable length today," Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull told reporters at the end of a summit of Association of Southeast Asian Nations and Australia, much of it held behind closed doors. Aung San Suu Kyi addressed the matter comprehensively at some considerable length herself. She seeks support from Asian and other nations to provide help from a humanitarian and capacity-building point of view, he said, using a Burmese hieroglyphic. Suu Kyi's spokesman, Zhou Hatai, was not immediately available for comment on Turnbull's comments. Japan court rejects lawsuit against construction of nuclear plant. A court in northern Japan on Monday rejected a lawsuit to halt construction of a nuclear plant, said the company building the facility, Electric Power Development Co. J Power. The ruling by the Hakodate District Court in Hokkaido Prefecture on the Ohma plant will be welcomed by many utilities as they push for return to nuclear power following the 2011 Fukushima disaster, despite strong opposition from chunks of the public. More than 1,100 residents in Hokkaido, among others, had filed a lawsuit in 2010 to prevent Ohma from starting the construction of the 1,383 megawatt plant, which will use mixed oxide fuel, a blend of uranium and plutonium recycled from spent nuclear fuel, started in 2008, but work was suspended after Fukushima in 2011. Building resumed in 2012 but has been delayed as the company has to meet new safety requirements imposed after the 2011 disaster. A company spokesman said the station is about 30% complete. He said, Palestinian shot dead after stabbing Israeli guard in Jerusalem. A Palestinian stabbed and seriously wounded an Israeli security guard in Jerusalem's Old City on Sunday before being shot dead by a police officer, Israeli authorities said. The stabbing came with concern over the potential for an upsurge in unrest in the coming weeks as the United States prepares to move its embassy in Israel to Jerusalem. The security guard was taken to hospital in serious condition, suffering a stab wound to his torso, medics said. Police spokesman Mickey Rosenfield confirmed the assailant had been shot dead. Israel Shin Bet Domestic Security Services identified the assailant as Abdul Rahmani Fadal, 28, and a father of two from Akraba near Nablus in the north of the occupied West Bank. 3 killed and 23 injured in Philippine hotel fire. 3 people were killed and 23 injured by a major hotel fire in the Philippine capital Manila on Sunday, with others plucked by helicopters from the rooftop of the building and engulfed in thick black smoke, authorities said. The blaze at the waterfront Manila Pavilion, a high-rise hotel and casino complex, was still raging 9 hours after it began on Sunday morning, with 2 people missing as hundreds fled the area. Authorities initially said 4 people had died, but later clarified that 1 victim had been revived in hospital, according to Metro Manila Development Authority Acting Chief Jojo Garcia. And now some business news. LPG sector witnesses over 134.25% growth in last 4 years. The sale of liquefied petroleum gas has increased from 502,232 metric ton to 1,764,096.47 MT during the last 4 calendar years, showing a remarkable growth of 134.25%. Total sale of LPG was 502,232 MT in the year 2014, which increased to 875,087 in 2015. This sector witnessed remarkable growth due to the effective policies of the present government. Chairman Liquefied Petroleum Gas Distribution Authority of Pakistan, Irfan Khokhar, told APP while sharing official data. Giving further details, he said local production of the commodity was 440,115 MT in 2014, 629,509 MT in 2015, 650,918 MT in 2016, 715,142 MT in 2017, while its import gradually increased from 62,117 MT to 461,354.47 MT during the period under review. And now some sports news. Islamabad United qualify for PSL 2018 final with 8-wicket win over Karachi Kings. A brutal display of power hitting by Islamabad United opener Luke Ronchi helped his side defeat Karachi Kings by 8 wickets at the Dubai International Stadium on Sunday and qualify for the Pakistan Super League 2018 final. The Kiwi batsman scored the fastest half-century of PSL on his way to an unbeaten 39-ball 94 to move his team to within 1 victory of their second title triumph in 3 years. Both the sides were without their regular captains, with Islamabad's Ismail Haq nursing a hand injury and Karachi's Imad Wasim recuperating from a concussion. And now the weather update for the next 24 hours. Partly cloudy weather conditions are expected in most upper parts of the country. However, dust, thunderstorm, rain with gusty winds is expected at isolated places in Quetta, Zob, Malakan divisions and Upper Fata during evening and nights. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, please keep watching HumSub.TV. Take care. Please subscribe to HumSub.TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching HumSub.TV.